Welcome back, everyone. In today's video, we are going to talk in complete detail about Tilray brands listed on the NASDAQ. Tilray is one of the most talked about cannabis and beverage companies in the world. Over the past few years, the stock has seen extreme volatility, from being a hot momentum play to being written off by many investors. But recently, Tilray has been showing signs of life again. With new expansion in Germany, strong growth in international cannabis sales, improved gross margins, debt reduction, and a diversified beverage portfolio, the bull case is slowly rebuilding. In this detailed video, I will break down the fundamentals, the latest financial results, the new catalysts driving bullish sentiment, the risks investors need to know, and finally, the technical chart levels to watch for in the coming months. So make sure you watch this video till the very end, because it will give you a complete word-to-word explanation of where Tilray stands today and what might happen next. Part 2. Where the stock trades now. As of August 30th, 2025, Tilray trades around $1.38 per share. The stock recently surged on cannabis rescheduling headlines out of Washington, reaching an intraday high near $1.48 before pulling back slightly. The company has also regained compliance with NASDAQ's $1 minimum bid price requirement. This is an important milestone because it removes the risk of delisting that has hung over the stock for months. For institutional investors and for overall market sentiment, being back in compliance is a very positive signal. Part 3. Recent financial results. Let us go through the latest numbers from Tilray's fourth quarter and full fiscal year 2025 results, which were reported at the end of July. Annual revenue for fiscal year 2025 came in at approximately $821 million. This represents about 4% increase compared to the previous year. Gross profit for the year was roughly $241 million, an increase of around 8% year over year. Adjusted EBITDA for the fourth quarter came in close to $28 million, which was the second highest quarterly level in Tilray's history. For the full fiscal year 2026, management guided for adjusted EBITDA in the range of $62 to $72 million. International cannabis revenue was a major bright spot. In the fourth quarter, international cannabis sales hit a record $22.4 million, which was up 71% compared to the same quarter last year. Excluding Australia, organic growth in Europe was over 112%. Margins also improved strongly. Total cannabis gross margin rose to about 44% in the fourth quarter, up 400 basis points compared to last year. For the full year, cannabis margins expanded by 700 basis points. On the balance sheet side, Tilray reduced debt by about $100 million during fiscal year 2025. Its net debt to EBITDA ratio improved sharply, from 1.7 times to just 0.3 times. Cash on hand is approximately $256 million, giving the company much stronger financial flexibility. Part 4. Strategic business model. Now let's talk about Tilray's business model and strategic direction. Tilray is not just a cannabis company anymore. The firm has transformed itself into a cannabis plus beverage hybrid. In cannabis, Tilray is a leader in Canada, and it has significant international exposure, particularly in Europe. In August 2025, the company announced an expansion of its German medical cannabis portfolio, introducing 3 new EU GMP-certified medical strains. This matters because Germany is the largest medical cannabis market in Europe, and Tilray is positioning itself as a leading supplier. In beverages, Tilray has acquired multiple U.S. craft beer brands from Anheuser-Busch back in 2023. Making it one of the largest craft brewers in America. This provides not only diversified revenue, but also distribution networks that could be leveraged in the future if U.S. cannabis legalization progresses. In addition, Tilray has entered the hemp-derived THC drink category in the United States. By fiscal year 2025, These THC beverages were already available in 10 states, generating around $1.4 million in sales. While small today, this represents a potential long-term growth driver, especially if regulations ease further. Part 5. Why bulls are optimistic. There are 3 main reasons why bulls are optimistic on Tilray in 2025. First, U.S. cannabis rescheduling. The Biden administration has discussed moving cannabis from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3. If that happens, it won't mean full legalization, but it would remove the harsh 280E tax code restrictions, lower operating costs, and possibly open the door to broader banking access. For companies like Tilray, this could be a game changer. Second, international expansion. As I mentioned earlier, international cannabis revenue is growing very quickly, and Tilray's recent expansion in Germany strengthens its leadership in Europe. This gives the company diversified growth outside of North America. Third, diversification into beverages. By owning U.S. craft beer brands and expanding into THC drinks, Tilray has created a unique position that most cannabis companies don't have. This diversified strategy helps reduce risk and positions the company for long-term growth once the U.S. regulatory environment improves. Part 6. Market sentiment and analyst views. Let us also look at how the market is responding. Options traders have been very active in Tilray recently. In late August, over 241,000 call option contracts were bought in a single day, which was a 449% increase in volume. This shows strong speculative bullish sentiment. Analyst opinions are mixed but turning more positive. Jefferies recently raised its price target to $2 per share with a buy rating. The consensus target across analysts is around $1.94, with most maintaining a neutral hold rating. Financial media has also started highlighting Tilray as a dirt-cheap growth stock that could surprise investors if catalysts play out. Part 7. Risks investors need to know. Number 1. Policy uncertainty. U.S. rescheduling is still under review and not guaranteed. Any delays or pushback from Congress could negatively affect sentiment. Number 2. Revenue misses. While Tilray beat earnings per share estimates in Q4, revenue came in below expectations. If revenue stalls, the stock could face pressure again. Number 3. Profitability. Tilray is still not net income positive, which means the path to sustainable profitability is still a work in progress. Number 4. Execution risk. Integrating beverage assets, scaling THC drinks, and managing cannabis competition in Canada are all operational challenges that could impact margins. Part 8. Technical picture. From a technical perspective, the stock is trading around $1.38. Near-term support is in the range of $1.25 to $1.30. This was the breakout zone from earlier this week. Resistance lies around $1.50 to $1.60. A strong close above this range could signal continuation of the uptrend. If the stock pulls back below $1.20, it would suggest the recent rally may need to reset. Part 9. How investors can approach it. For long-term investors who believe in the cannabis industry, Tilray could be considered as a small, speculative position. The improving fundamentals, international growth, and beverage diversification make it a more credible story today compared to a year ago. For traders, Tilray remains a high-volatility, event-driven stock. Defining risk per trade, respecting support and resistance zones, and avoiding chasing gap-ups is very important. This is not financial advice, so please do your own research and consult with a financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Part 10. Final conclusion. So to conclude, Tilray is no longer just a hype-driven cannabis stock. It is showing real progress in international cannabis markets, building a unique beverage platform, cutting debt, and improving margins. At the same time, risks remain high, especially around policy, competition, and profitability. For investors willing to handle volatility and uncertainty, 2025 may finally be the year when Tilray turns from a struggling cannabis player into a diversified growth company with upside optionality. That's all for today's deep dive on Tilray stock. If you found this analysis helpful, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more detailed stock market insights.